What's good, Black Star Podcast? This is your boy Jared, and today I'm gonna be reviewing a video about Taraji Henson crying about Hollywood not paying her what she's worth. Now, I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Eze first. Let me shout out to him and his videos. This dude's got video quality like crazy, and all of his stuff is high quality, which I need to get on my game, but I'm over here trying to get my home system built right so I can actually handle the workload because I want to put out more content. I want to put out more videos. So, Eze's talking about Taraji P. Henson. Now, again, Taraji is a very talented actress. Very talented. She's very when I she's a very, very good actress. She's not the top, but she's a very good actress. I did enjoy her portrayal of her character in Hidden Colors. I did enjoy that. And I also enjoyed her when she was in Think Like a Man. But when it comes down to it, what a lot of these black actors need to realize is that when you're employed by a white media company or a white owned production company, you have to follow their rules and you take what they give you. You are an employee at the end of the day. They are hiring you to act out a portrayal that they imagine so that they can produce a movie and they pay you a paycheck. You do not own this company. You do not own any of the companies that they're using to produce the movie. When you come out and start crying about what they're paying you as an employee because you didn't think to build your own shit. Think about it. The Rock, Kevin Hart, and a lot of other actors, they have their own companies. Kevin Hart has Hart Studios. Hart Studios produces a lot of movies, and Kevin Hart is on track to be a billionaire. You have The Rock. The Rock owns his own production company, also owns his own tequila company, and he's on track to be a billionaire soon. You have all these different actors out here on track to be billionaires because they're investing in themselves. They're building and producing their own own movies, own videos, acting. They're producing their own stuff. Couple that with their ambition, they're building themselves up. When you cry about not getting paid what you think you're worth because you're an employee, that becomes a problem. I am an employee of a car dealership, but I am on track to be my own entrepreneur, my own business owner, my own person to working on under myself and producing my own products and goods, including this YouTube channel. I will be producing my own content. I produce my own content, in fact. You people crying about not getting paid a wage. I laugh at you because instead of you wanting to get paid a wage that is determined by the company, you're crying about that. It's not a livable wage, or crying about what how it how they how much they pay you per hour, how much they pay you per salary year or any of that sort. You cry about that. You're not thinking about producing your own so you can make the money yourself instead of them handing you a paycheck. That's what you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just go ahead and play this. Shout out to Eze. We're gonna do a review on this. Keep in mind, this is fair use. I do not own any of Eze's content. This is simply me reviewing his video and speaking upon it. Let's get it.
Videos. I told the story how I almost put hands on one of my white associates. See, I come from the commercial world, shooting commercials, editing commercials. Some of you may have seen my commercials and don't even know it. It was shot by me. Nonetheless, he made a statement one time that pissed me off. He said to me, Eze, do you know why blacks will forever be at the bottom in this country? I said, what? He said, hold on. Hear me out. And then he said, Eze, a white man right now will come out and say he wants to make a movie. Another white man will come out and tell him, you know what? Don't pay me. Once you finish making that movie, give it to me. I will pay to distribute it myself and we split the profit. Next white man will get involved and tell him, you know what? If he's going to direct the movie and then give it to you to distribute the movie, I tell you what, I will start a streaming service. The next white man will come on board and say, you know what, gentlemen, you guys don't pay me. I will start a marketing company. I will promote the movie. The next person will get involved and say, you know what, if you guys are going to do all those things, I will start a law firm. Let me be the lawyer to make sure we are protected. Any lawsuit that comes up, I will handle it with my firm. The next one will say, okay, if all you guys are going to do this, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start an agency. I will start an acting agency. So you, the director, hire my actors, make the movie, give it to him to distribute it. He will not give it to the streamer, and the lawyer do the paperwork to make sure everybody's protected, and then he will market it. All these men are going to eat off of one movie. One movie feeds all their families. You understand what I'm saying? And he said, not understanding that he just f***ed my head up. Then he ended it with this. He said, but in the black community, all you guys are in competition with one another. When he said that to me, that put chills in my body because he was right. That's what we do. If my brother over here started an agency, I'm also going to start an agency. And now we're going to be fighting over actors. Gentlemen, what did that white man say that was wrong? He spoke the truth. Which brings me to today's topic. Hello. Welcome to Reactions and Reviews. I'm your humble host, Eze. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the show.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, there's a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. So do the math. Now we have 5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed, not after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math.
Did you guys see that? She's crying. She's crying. Then she has to pay Uncle Sam. Then she has to pay her agency. And then on one hand, you got Jada Pickett that was over here bitching about Oscar so white. Then you got the liquid dude, the Porter guy. He over there crying. Hollywood is not treating him right. You got, what's her name? Our elder, Viola Davis. She's over there crying and whining. Nobody's giving her a role. She's not making as much money as Meryl Streep. Do you see? Do you see how all these black people in Hollywood, and they all have a name, Monique, let's not forget Monique, was bitching and moaning and whining about Netflix not want to pay her what they paid Dave Chappelle. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. All these people I mentioned, they're not the only ones, but I'm going to use them as an example. All these people I mentioned have a name. What is stopping these people is not like they don't have the money. They have the money. Why can't these people, they don't have to make no $1 million, $10 million, $50 million movie. Make a small budget movie, have $1 million, $1 million. Is your name. People are coming because of your name. Make the movie and put it out yourself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, I come from the commercial world. I gave it up for YouTube. Do you know why I gave it up for YouTube? Because I want to go into filmmaking. If you made it this far, hit that like button and leave a comment to trigger.
Okay, so I'm not going to finish his video because I actually still got to finish watching this. But let me explain something to the black people that are listening to this channel. Now, let's keep it a stack here. Most of us in the black community, we compete with each other, like Izzy said. We compete with each other to get to the bag. Let's be honest. We compete with each other because we think of each other as inferior instead of thinking about ourselves as a collective. We do not take the approach of building ourselves up and producing something ourselves instead of having to rely on somebody else to give it to us. As he stated before, Monique was complaining about how much she was getting paid for a movie from Netflix. Viola Davis, and several other actors and actresses was complaining about Hollywood not treating them right. But what these people never talked about was going and doing their own thing. As in the start of Eze's video, he was telling the story about the talk that he had with the white friend that he has. He said, and you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna replay it, but I'm not gonna show it on screen. I'm gonna replay it.
I told this story how I almost put hands on one of my white associates editing commercials. Nonetheless, he made a statement one time that pissed me off. He said to me, Eze, do you know why blacks will forever be at the bottom in this country? I said, what? He said, hold on. Hear me out. And then he said, Eze, a white man right now will come out and say he wants to make a movie. Another white man will come out and tell him, you know what? Don't pay me. Once you finish making that movie, give it to me. I will pay to distribute it myself and we split the profit. Next white man will get involved and tell him, you know what? If he's going to direct the movie and then give it to you to distribute the movie, I tell you what, I will start a streaming service. The next white man will come on board and say, you know what, gentlemen, you guys don't pay me. I will start a marketing company. I will promote the movie. The next person will get involved and say, you know what, if you guys are going to do all those things, I will start a law firm. Let me be the lawyer to make sure we are protected. Any lawsuit that comes up, I will handle it with my firm. The next one will say, okay, if all you guys are going to do this, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start an agency. I will start an acting agency. So you, the director, hire my actors, make the movie, give it to him to distribute it. He will not give it to the streamer, and the lawyer do the paperwork to make sure everybody's protected, and then he will market it. All these men are going to eat off of one movie. One
Oh, sorry. Hey. So you see what he said. You see everything that he was saying. One makes the movie. One produces the movie. One hires the talent. One does all this. You notice one common thing with that. Notice one common thing. They're building a network of people around one movie so that everybody can eat off of that movie. The talent gets paid and everybody else, but the talent's not going to make as much as the movie's going to make. Think about it. If you produce the movie, matter of fact, let's cut it out like this. Say, for instance, I had a budget of $5 million to produce a movie. $2 million goes towards production. $1 million goes toward no, not $1 million. $1 million goes towards people hiring actors and actresses. So that's five. So that's $3 million. You got $150,000 for marketing or $200,000 for marketing. You have all these different things, but all that, so your expenses will be around $3.5 million. So that means you have $1.5 million that you can pay all your different advertisers and all this stuff. You're eating off the top, or that's how it works. So, in a sense, your talent and actors are making less than what the movie's making. And say for instance, let's put it even like this: you have a $5 million movie, given a budget of $5 million. You make $25 million, and you got all those expenses. So, what did I say? So, what? $2 million for production, $1 million for actors and actresses. Marketing is like $250,000 or $200,000 up to $200,000. All the other rest of the stuff, and you have a profit of $25 million. So you get 20. So you all that off the top, all that subtracted, you have around $22.5 million, if that. And I'm just doing rough estimates because I don't know all the other stuff. So you're doing this rough estimate. $22.5 million. You pay every little other company, and then you keep the profit. You keep around $10 million worth of profit. So you've roughly doubled what you spent on the movie. That's what a lot of these actors and actresses aren't thinking about. They're thinking about, oh, let me get an acting job, let me get this, let me get this. They're not thinking about the business side of it. They're not thinking about going out there and actually producing their own, making their own things, coming out with their own stuff. Like I stated before, The Rock has a tequila company. Ryan Reynolds has a gin company. Kevin Hart has a production company and a liquor company. I can't remember if what type of liquor it was, but he has a liquor company. Snoop's came out with his own wine. And the list goes on and on and on. Kanye has his brands, Fendi, with Rihanna, all these different people. All these different people are coming out with their own products, and they're not relying on just Hollywood itself. And also, they're building businesses and building relationships with other people of different ethnicities and races. So they're thinking down the line. They're not thinking singularly or in competition of each other. In the sense of, if I start a marketing company, my friend starts wanting to compete with me. No, we do it to help each other. We build another business. We build. Okay, so since I have this, I'm gonna go get out there and have this. My friends will go out there and get this, and then so on and so forth. That's building a network. A network of people to help streamline that particular item. But we as black people don't think like that. We think in competition of each other. We don't think about going out there and producing something with each other. We think about competing against each other. Competition with each other instead of competition against everybody else. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just a fucking nigga on YouTube talking shit. Anyways, like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast on Spotify.com. I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.